These are two examples of poorly maintained chisels in need of maintenance. The example on the left demonstrates damage to the front edge. This can be clearly identified with the reflection of the light at several points across the cutting edge. The chisel on the right demonstrates the result of uneven pressure being applied to the back of the chisel during the honing process. Both examples would need excessive force when in use, leading to poor results and possibly a risk to the user. Here are two more examples of chisels needing grinding and sharpening. The light reflecting on the chisel surface on the right-hand side indicates that several angles have been ground. This is a result of the chisel not being held firmly against the bed of the bench grinder during the grinding process. A correctly ground chisel will have one angle ground at 25 degrees evenly across its width. The chisel on the left demonstrates a consequence of excessive pressure on the chisel against the grinding wheel, eventually leading to overheating and the softening of the hardened steel. Overheating of this example is clearly visible with blue burn marks. If the cutting edge of the chisel becomes overheated, it will weaken the steel and fail to maintain its cutting edge for any long period of time. A chisel shouldn't need grinding before sharpening on every occasion, and this should only be done when it's in a similar condition to the example shown previously, or if it's been over-sharpened, resulting in the loss of the grinding angle. Ensure that suitable personal protective equipment is worn before starting the bench grinder, and wait for it to reach its top speed. Place the chisel flat on the bed of the grinder and slowly move it upwards until it comes into contact with the grinding wheel. Whilst keeping the chisel square to the bench grinder, begin to slide it from side to side to ensure even wear across the full width of the wheel. To keep the chisel cool during this process, it must be dipped in cold water periodically. This action should be repeated until an even grinding angle of 25 degrees is achieved. Throughout the process, use a tri-square to ensure the chisel is being ground squarely across its cutting edge. The chisel is now ready to be honed. Before honing the chisel, you must remove the burr left on the back of the chisel as a result of the grinding. This is simply achieved by laying the back of the chisel completely flat on the surface of the stone with a small amount of water for lubrication, whilst applying pressure to the back of the chisel. The chisel should be supported at the handle with your other hand, but never lifted to raise the chisel off the stone whilst it's being backed off. Turn the chisel over and place it on the face of the stone at the grinding angle of 25 degrees. Now, slightly raise the chisel to 30 degrees. This is known as the honing angle. Move the chisel backwards and forwards over the stone in a figure-of-8 movement, whilst applying firm pressure to the back of the chisel. This will prevent uneven wear and hollowing of the stone. Repeat this process until a slight burr on the back of the chisel is achieved. The chisel should now be turned over and laid flat on the stone to repeat the process of backing off until completely flat. Use a clean cloth to remove the excess residue from the chisel and surface of the stone. This will prevent the stone from clogging when in use in the future. Any remaining burr should be removed by running the edge of the chisel through a softwood block to complete the sharpening process.